documents that you create may require more formatting than a creative document. In this lesson, we're going to focus on some elements common to documents that are more of a technical nature and the features Word provides to create these elements. Line numbers are helpful when you need to proofread a document. Line numbers can be set up to be continuous, only apply to sections, or restart at different sections. We'll add line numbers to our document. To display line numbers, we'll go to the Page Layout tab, click on Line Numbers in the Page Layout group to view the options. Decide which one we'd like to choose. In this case, we'll choose Continuous. Line numbers will now appear to the left of each line. Now let's choose the Restart Each Page and look at how it's different. The second page's first line is now numbered 1. We can also choose Restart Each Section. We can also remove numbering from specific text. We'll select a paragraph, then choose Suppress for Current Paragraph to remove the numbering from our selected text. If we want exact specifications, we can click on Line Numbering Options, then click the Line Numbers button above the OK button. Now we can set the fields and click OK. We'll turn the line numbers off by returning to the Line Numbers button and clicking None from the list. If you've ever written a term paper, you know how important writing a bibliography and citing sources can be. First, we need to set which style to use. In our example, we'll choose the Chicago Manual of Style Formatting Rules. To identify this, we just click the References tab in the ribbon, then click the Style drop-down menu under the Citations and Bibliography group, and select our style. When you are out researching your paper, you can add the source information to Word 2003 as you are gathering it. This is handy if you will use your source in multiple places within your document, or when working on two documents that may use the same source. We'll go to the Reference tab and click the Insert Citations button under the Citations and Bibliography group. Then click Add New Source. Choose the type of source from the drop-down list and enter the source information. The citation information will be added to the Citation Master List and the Current List, which will be accessible from your current document. We'll look at how to manage our sources a bit later in this lesson. If you don't have all the information you need to create and insert a citation, you can use a placeholder to mark where it will go. We'll look at how to add a placeholder. Place the insertion point in the document where the placeholder is required. Then return to the Reference tab. Click the Insert Citations button in the Citations and Bibliography group. Click the Add New Placeholder button. And then from here, we can rename the placeholder to remind us what we need to add. Now we can just click OK, and the placeholder will be added. You may need to edit a citation, delete it, or even move a citation from the master list to a current list. You can use the Manage Sources button to manage your citations. Let's move a citation we created in a different document from the master list to the current list so we can insert it into this document. Click the Manage Sources button under the References tab in the Citations and Bibliography group. Then click the Helen Scott source in the master list and click Copy to move it to the current list. Now we can insert this into the document. Once you are ready to insert the source reference, You can insert it using the Insert Citation button. Let's insert the Daniel Clark source into our document. We'll need to add it to the final sentence in the second paragraph, so we'll place our insertion point at the end of that sentence. Now click the Insert Citation button in the Bibliography and Citation group under the Reference tab. The citations we saw in the Current List section of the Manage Source dialog boxes can be selected in the drop-down. We'll choose the Daniel Clark source from the list and the citation is added. When you're finished with your paper, you'll need to create a bibliography. We'll create one for our document. Let's go to the end of our document and add a page break to ensure the bibliography has its own page. Now we can select the Bibliography button in the Citations and Bibliography group of the References tab. It's that simple. The bibliography has now been inserted. There are also times when you may need to create an index to allow the reader of your document to locate where a specific word is in your document. The first step in creating an index is to select the word or phrase you want to show in your index. We'll select the words Samuel Clemens. Then, under the References tab in the Index group, choose Mark Entry. The Mark Index Entry dialog box opens. The main entry field shows the text we selected. We could add a sub-entry or cross-reference another word at this point. We can also format our page number. We'll change our page number format to bold. Finally, we'll choose Mark All to make sure the index shows the page number for each instance of the word within the document. The coding that allows Word to identify what page the word or term is located on is added after the word. You can also mark text that is rather lengthy, such as a paragraph or a few pages. First, we need to bookmark the text by selecting it, then clicking the Insert tab on the ribbon, and then selecting Bookmark in the Links group. Enter a name for the bookmark, then click Add. Now we'll position the cursor over the bookmark text and go to the References tab and click on Mark Entry. Enter a name into the main entry field and select Page Range. We can now choose the bookmark from the Bookmark drop-down list. When you're ready, you can create your index as long as you've marked your entries. Let's create our index. We'll add a page break at the end of the document again to make the index stand out and have its own page. Now, while on our new page, we'll click the Insert Index button in the Index group under the References tab. The Index dialog box opens, and we can set how we want the index to look. There are several different options. Right-aligned page numbers means that all your page numbers will appear neatly on the right, one under the other. Tab leader is only available if you right-align page numbers. Tab leader means that a dotted line, dashed line, or straight line will appear from the entry to the page number. Format lets you choose a format to change the style of the index. Type lets you choose either indented, which means each entry will appear on a new line, or run-in, which displays entries one after the other with multiple entries on the same line. Finally, columns will let you determine how many columns your index will have. We are able to see our changes before we decide on a final appearance in the preview area. Once we're ready, we'll just click OK. Word 2013 will collect all of the marked entries for the index, sort them alphabetically, reference their page numbers, and then display the index in the document. Formatting marks can be turned on to give you an idea of the formatting that's been applied to your document. This is especially handy when the formatting is not normally visible. We simply go to the Home tab and click the Show Hide button in the paragraph group. Now we can see all of the instances such as paragraphs, spaces, and tabs. We can click the Show Hide button to turn the formatting marks off. Occasionally, you may need to insert characters into your document that aren't available on your keyboard. In Word, you can use the Insert Symbol option to locate the symbol and insert it. Let's switch to our other document to see how this is done. Let's add a copyright symbol to our document. We just place our insertion point where we want the symbol to appear. Then, click the Symbols button in the Symbols group. Now we can choose our symbol from one of the more common symbols shown. If we don't see the symbol here, we could click More Symbols to launch the Symbols dialog box and explore the available symbols. Word 2013 has a new feature that gives you the ability to create and insert mathematical equations. Let's say we are taking notes in a math class. We may have to enter an equation, but we don't have the terms and the formatting on our keyboard. Let's enter an equation by clicking the Insert tab and then clicking the Equation drop-down arrow in the Symbols group. We can select from the preset equations or select our equation, and then the Equation Design tab to change the equation. You may need to add a footnote to your document. This is very simple. We'll add a footnote to our document. Let's switch back to our first document. We just place our insertion point in the spot where we'd like our footnote number to appear. Then go to the Reference tab and click the Insert Footnote button in the Footnotes group. Now we'll enter our footnote text, and the footnote will be added. Word 2013 has bookmarks available to let you mark a location in your document. This can come in handy when you are using the Go-To feature or creating citations, as we saw earlier. We'll bookmark some of our text on our page so we can identify it later. We'll select the text, click the Bookmark button in the Links group of the Insert tab, then simply name the bookmark and click OK. The bookmark is now available for you to select and will help you locate the information that was bookmarked. You may also need to insert a hyperlink into your document to send the reader to a web page or even just to a different location in your document. We'll add a website to our document. We can select the text we'd like to apply our hyperlink to, or just place our insertion point where we want our hyperlink to be located. Then click the Hyperlink button in the Links group of the Insert tab. The Insert Hyperlink dialog box opens. Now we can enter the text we'd like to see on our page if it's not already been selected. We'll link to a website by entering the entire web address in the address field at the bottom of the window, and then click OK.